Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Stoner Podcast. Hope everyone is having a happy Monday. Today, I want to continue on with my latest deep dive onto what Maddie told Adam, right? We keep seeing that video circulate. It's been 3 years, and literally no one knows what Maddie told Adam. Today, I have a few clips I want to share with you guys today, and let's get started.
And she's like, I think Kaylee's dead.
She had an interaction with a date.
Don't let it die.
You need to be vocal. We went and investigated Adam. Adam is about her.
Half of it, like they almost like became to us like two halves to a whole.
On December 28th, 2 days before the suspect was arrested, my friend Bullhorn Betty and I had the honor of meeting the Gonzalez family. If you guys know anything, please contact the tip line. It's important. If you live in the area.
Shout out to Chronicles of Olivia for this film. I've never watched it, and the only reason why we're watching it is because they mention Adam. And so I want to take a look and see what's said. And after this, we're going to move on to the Corner Club video because I saw some things on there I want to share with you today.
They welcomed us into their home.
I hate having the date of death on there. So. It was a scavenger hunt. Getting frustrated, don't blow a gasket, head to the link to get your Easter basket. She did a, yeah.
Why is Amazon paying me $20,000 a month?
Oh no, ads. Sorry, guys.
It must have been that year that they dressed
Kaylee, braces, so cute.
up in the bunny costume. It was Jack dressed up in that bunny costume. Aww. When my kids came over.
And Kaylee hopped off down the street in the bunny suit.
Yeah.
And she still had her dark hair. Yeah, the years just fly by, and but that's our only family photo.
Their daughter, Kaylee Gonzalez, followed me on TikTok and shared my videos with her family, which is why her father, Steve, reached out to me a few weeks ago. This interview is bittersweet and personal.
Okay, so Chronicles of Olivia, if you guys haven't heard, I think she's married or engaged to Kaylee's brother, Steve Jr. And I believe in this interview actually is where they talk about Adam. We'll see.
Well, thank you for having us. We're very honored and we're very sorry for your loss. And we want to help in any way we can. And I think telling Kaylee's story is profound. And I think that's really important.
Giving her humanity.
And humanizing her story. What was Kaylee like as a child?
She was very rambunctious. She just was full of energy. She was the middle of 5, so 2 older, 2 younger. Olivia was the oldest, and just was constantly trying to keep up with the elders. And then be able to boss off the littles. She was the fair police. Nothing got past her. If there was, a $200 pair of shoes that she wanted during when school started, and we had school clothes to buy for everybody, it was like, Kaylee, you got to bring that down a little. We have 5 kids to buy for. You might as well just buy them for her now because she would just happy to death until you just buy them, just buy them. And the other kids would be like, wow, we got like. She was a total hustler though. Yeah, where she would be like, Mom, can I, mop the floors for $5? Mm-hmm. And Mom would be like, yeah, I mean, that's a super good deal. And so she kind of got this like name about herself growing up where like she was a cleaner, right? So like Kaylee was like the one who was like she was known where like she knew that if she, before Mom and Dad got home or whatever, did the dishes, wiped the counters, swept the floors, mopped, that was gonna give her 20. And she was gonna beat you to do it. And I got to the point where my brother and I didn't even try anymore because we were just like, Kaylee's gonna do it anyway. Because she was just a hustler like that. Because even before, now she was into, obviously her Range Rover, she's really proud of that. Her designer clothes, stuff like that. That was just who she was. But it started with Claire's, with hair accessories, and then it was Bath and Body Works, and she was collecting the scents and the little hand sanitizers.
Everything was a competition.
Everything was a competition. And
Stephen
it was,
woke up after playing a video game with her, and she was still playing it. He's like, I'm in trouble.
yeah,
This girl
she
wants
had to
it
be
more
that
than
for
me.
She had to be this one.
It seems like she's turned from a very young age.
She is
But to be
so
able to look at those
adorable.
around her, and with love in her heart, she would be like, help me be better, because she knew that's what we all wanted.
And you guys touched on something. I think we touched on it earlier at lunch. Going back to the night of the 12th, November 12th, I think you hit, and I can even think of that perspective, but they did everything right.
Yeah.
And we discussed that. The buddy system. Explain all the things that they did.
Yeah, they Ubered out together. They only went to known locations that they had been before.
Private driver.
They had a private driver.
They had a private driver, Eric Gower. Hello, Bella's son, Bella's son. Hi, Jules. Hey, Kane. Hey, Kane. What's up? What's good? Happy Monday, everyone. I'm just like, I stumbled on this interview. I want to get through this and just to start the show, and then we'll dig into the Corner Club video footage. I saw something that I want to share with you guys.
Yeah, I apologize. It was a private driver that they had actually used before, so they knew him. They had a relationship with this
He knew him
individual.
as a family member, and he really helped us.
Yeah.
He turned us on to food truck stuff.
Yeah.
He's a great person.
Good people. And then only went to known locations.
Wait, what?
System. Explain all the things that they did.
Yeah, they Ubered out together. They only went to known locations that they had been before.
Private driver.
They had a private driver. Yeah, I apologize. It was a private driver that they had actually used before, so they knew him. They had a relationship with this.
So, what's his Steve corrected Kaylee's sister, Olivia, but with an A. Olivia, but with an A. Steve corrected her, stating that they have a private driver. When she said Uber, he's like, no, a private driver. So should be safer, right?
As a family member, and he really helped us.
Yeah.
He turned us on to food truck stuff.
Yeah.
He's a great person.
Good people.
He turned us on to the food. Sorry. He turned us on to the food truck. He turned us on to the food truck. What does that mean? Honestly, what in the world? Now I gotta go back to normal speed. Let's go back.
That they had been before.
Private driver.
They had a private driver. Yeah, I apologize. It was a private driver that they had actually used before, so they knew him. They had a relationship with this
We knew him
individual.
as a family member, and he really helped us.
Yeah.
He turned us on to food truck stuff.
Yeah.
What is food truck stuff? What do you mean he turned us on to the food truck stuff? Oh, Gower. Oh, thanks, Kane. Thank you. See what I'm saying? Like, y'all are the best. I don't know. Like, Kane, don't go anywhere. And for the next hour or two, please stay dialed in. I need you. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. So for real, okay. Now I get it. You see, basically, Eric Gower told Olivia that there's, this grub truck footage out there.
He's a great person.
Good people. And then only went to known locations with known people. Travel.
Good people. Eric Gower is one person. He's not a people. He's one person. What do you mean good people?
Only together on well-lit, known streets to get food before taking a private ride from the same individual who would pick them up home to go eat after a night of drinking, being 21, Ubering out, Ubering home with your friend,
They were totally
and
chaperoned.
then going to bed.
They were doing everything the way that you tell your kid to go. You know, you don't be two girls all by yourself. Have somebody there that can walk with you. Everything was perfect. Everything was good.
Yeah.
All the way up to where they went to bed and went to sleep.
Yeah.
And that I can't control.
So everything was good up until when they went to bed, according to the father, but we're not here to like analyze. I'm not here to analyze their statements. I just want to hear the portion where they're speaking about atoms, right?
What happens when
Adam.
you go to sleep?
Yeah.
When you go to sleep,
You shouldn't
that's
have.
us as society. We have to determine, are we going to let these people be out here that can do whatever they did, sneak into a house?
Well, not for nothing. I watched the footage and you can see right into Kaylee's bedroom. So it didn't look safe at all, honestly.
Whatever it was, are we going to allow that to be normal? Are we going to allow that to be okay?
Yeah.
Because we all go to bed at night.
Yeah, what was their flaw? They didn't have a nanny cam in their home? What could they have done to be more
They
safe?
had locked the door perfectly.
Yeah. You know, it's Moscow, Idaho, it's safe.
I wonder about the door because Kaylee was a door locker. She would come
totally
here,
was.
and so I question that all the time. Like, why wasn't the door locked? Why wasn't the door locked?
But that's not what society's built on. We don't say, oh, well, you didn't lock the door, so you deserve to
Yeah.
die in your sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't do that. We have to make a society
So according to the family, the door was locked.
where these people,
But it really doesn't matter because it seems like everyone had the code to the house anyway, right?
show red flags, we identify them, we address them, and then we remove them from hurting other people.
The phone call the Gonzalez family received on November 13th is one they'll never forget.
We were. It was Sunday around
We were watching football.
1-ish, and we were
Like
watching
every
football.
family, or a lot of families on Sunday.
And
We were
then our
watching
son was here. Everybody was home except for she was down at her
football.
home
We
in LA.
gather on
And
Sunday.
my niece called me and she was freaking out and she said, "Christy, have you talked to Kaylee?" And I said, "Yesterday, like last night." And she said, something bad happened. And she was just bawling. And I said, "Well, what do you mean? What do you mean?" And she said, "I think Kaylee's dead." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she
All of our
said,
stomachs just dropped.
she
We're
said
just
there
like,
was somebody just called me and they live down there. And she said there was a party last night and somebody went in and shot the party up and Kaylee was shot. I was like, "What?" And I just threw my phone. I started
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what?
something bad happened. And she was just bawling. And I said, "Well, what do you mean? What do you mean?" And she said, "I think Kaylee's dead." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she
all of our
said,
stomachs just dropped.
she
We're
said
just
there
like,
was somebody just called me and they live down there. And she said there was a party last night and somebody went in and shot the party up and Kaylee was shot.
What? Kaylee was shot. What the freak? All right, so yeah. I mean, we weren't planning. I'm not planning to go down this rabbit hole today, but what? Kaylee was shot, according to the niece. The niece contacted mom and told mom that Kaylee was shot up at a party. Shot the party up. Someone went in and shot the party up.
I was like, "What?" And I just threw my phone. I started screaming. I started telling everybody to call Olivia and to get all her roommates
call
on the
Maddie.
phone. And I started calling Maddie, and Maddie wouldn't answer. I said, "No, this can't be, because Maddie would have called me. If Kaylee was shot last night at a party, Maddie or Jack would have called me. Like, no." And I called Kaylee and I went straight to voicemail. I was calling Maddie, I was calling Jack, it was ringing. I turned on the TV and I saw it was like 11:22 Key Road. His car was in the driveway. Maddie's
Wow, she called Jack. And Jack is there. We see him on the body cam. Jack is there. Why didn't he answer? Jack was there. Jack was up, according to his interview, Jack was up at 10:30, 10-ish. Why didn't he answer when the mom called him? That's suspicious.
car was in the driveway, but it was saying an unconscious person. And we're saying, okay, maybe this isn't like, maybe something happened. So Steve starts calling the police. Steven, our son, started calling the hospital, and he started calling the PD and saying, "My name's Gonzalez," and we heard that my daughter Kaylee Gonzalez was killed in an accident, and they
Hold on, because wait a second, because Jules, you're right. They don't head there right away, which I thought was suspicious as well, that they didn't drive there. Come on, that's your kid. I don't care. Like, what is going to hold you back? What is going to hold you back from seeing your kid, or at least being close, knowing that they're no longer on earth, you still want to be close to their body, or to where it happens, right?
something happened. So Steve starts calling the the police, Steven, our son, started calling the hospital, and he started calling the PD and saying my name's Gonzalez, and we heard that my daughter Kaylee.
So the brother calls the hospital. The dad is calling the police department, police, whatever.
Gonzalez was killed in an accident, and they said, "Oh, we can't give you any information. We'll call you back." Well, we just, next thing you know, some more phones were serving, and our daughters that came running down, 16 and 17 years old, came and said, "Mom, somebody just called me and said that Kaylee's dead." And we're like, "What? Like, who was it?" She's like, "I don't know."
Like everyone, it seems like everyone else knew but them. That's weird to me. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's giving off, I want to be respectful to the parents because the parents are victims too, but it's giving off what's Ramsey, the Ramsey girl. When they discovered there was a ransom note and that the daughter was missing, the first thing they do was what? Call all their friends over. So all their friends could be witnesses, right? So I've seen so many cases like this, honestly, that they want others, friends, families, neighbors, whatever, to be a part of it so that not a lot of attention is given to them, if that makes sense.
"Oh, it's somebody that they're there, and Kaylee's dead." And we were like, "Oh my God, like this can't be," and it's just very, very, very
Yeah, these
dramatic.
protocols have to be updated.
Yeah.
These protocols of somebody showing up at your door 10 hours later, it's ridiculous.
Because we had hours of panic before the sheriff
It was
department.
terrible.
It was about 4:30. And
I don't
So
blame
you guys, they never called.
It was about 4:30 when someone actually went to their door. Why did they stay home? I don't know.
You guys found this out from family members that were in the area, and you guys didn't get notified. You actually reached out to them, and you guys still didn't get
No,
notified
he
for
wound up
hours.
calling him twice.
I get it.
I
Their
said,
protocols are all about, like, maybe they'll commit suicide or something, but they have to be updated because
The sheriff.
social media moves so fast, so quick. That's
It's
why
not
we are
fair.
using social media. I'm not using the most common channels.
we called Karen, and we asked Karen if she had heard anything, and she goes, "Yes, I was told that I need to get down to the
I
church
thought Person was
accident."
good. We honestly.
We thought maybe Maddie was the unconscious person, and we had already been told by several people, like 100% Kaylee was dead.
They thought Maddie was the unconscious person. They're pretty.
And we were like,
We
they're
were
all,
just
they're
hoping
like
Maddie
this.
was just unconscious.
And then we're like, "But Karen got a call saying to come down there. We haven't
We
got a
thought that
call."
was a good sign.
So we're like, "Oh."
And I kept giving him hope. I kept saying, if it happened last night, you guys would know by now. I kept giving him hope. I said, they just released an article that the
In the crime scene photos back here, I found like a bucket and a white slide over here.
roommates are being questioned right now. They probably took their phones, Mom. Like, I just kept giving them hope because I live in Los Angeles. I wasn't here. And that's all I could do. But like, it's just this feeling in your gut that like, I just
knew.
sat with.
I knew as soon as my niece, as soon as Sabrina called, I knew that it was real.
Yeah.
And she was freaking out.
And then cops showed up around
4:30. The sheriff came around 4:30, and then he told us that there were 4 victims, and we said, "Is one of them Maddie and Logan?" And he told us yes. And we realized that it was Kaylee and Maddie.
We
And
still knew she was going down there.
yeah, Karen was still on her way, and
Still tried to be.
and she got down there and shot her body.
So Maddie's mom was on her way driving, but yet they stayed behind.
20 minutes
Why?
after we got the news, and
Why?
Another person who was broken by the news of Kaylee's passing is her ex-boyfriend, Jack DeCoe. Not only has his life been picked apart, he's been scrutinized by social media.
Everything I need.
Okay. Yeah. And Jewel says, and that's Maddie's mom and stepdad were driving down there and they didn't tell them that they were unalived. I know. Like, this is the most fucked up situation. I can't even. That's Christy. I didn't recognize her. Who is that to her right? The G's put out a lot of false info and it has stuck, in my opinion. Fuck, man. All right, so here we go.
More than, I mean, even just logically, I think that a lot of people assume we're blinded by this individual, but contrary to that, we're very capable of removing our emotions for Jack, which is absolute love, and just looking at the situation logically, looking at this individual in front of us, looking at a pattern of behaviors of him that we've seen throughout 5-6 years. So emotionally, and, in our hearts and in our heads and in every sense of the word, it's
Physics.
not
We did a job
thorough.
vetting him.
I asked him to, yes, like, did he have any scratches? Did he have any bruises? He came here immediately after it happened.
He can prove that he had none.
No, I checked his shoes.
Yeah.
I checked his car. I checked his hands.
I took
I checked
photos.
his neck.
Yeah.
He came over in shorts.
Yeah.
Within hours.
And he was happy for Kaylee.
Yeah.
Whether they were, I think they were close to getting back together. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they were.
The whole-
Whether she was moving without him or not, he had
Everything was about
nothing
getting
but love.
We went and investigated Adam. Did you tell him? We went through that whole thing. Adam was about her trying to get back with Jack.
Day
It was our
one.
roommate.
Day one of this all happening, Jack was right there in the trenches with me, reaching out to people Kaylee had called. They tell who's this?
The first 3 nights are on our couch after he could not leave us.
That's why the FBI.
He stayed with them the first 3 nights on our couch after he came. He could not leave us.
Slow down.
Day one of this all happening, Jack was right there in the trenches with me, reaching out to people Kaylee had called. They tell who's this?
The first 3 nights are on our couch after he could not leave us.
That's why the FBI just said, Steve, slow down.
I don't
We
know.
realize you guys are ahead of us. We realize that you guys have this chain of thought, and you're going where we're going. We're an organization, and we have to check it a little bit slower than you. And you're just breaking through it, and you're ready to tell everyone. It's like, slow down.
And I know it sounds weird that we asked him to show us his arms and stuff if we trusted him so much, but I mean, I think that
People,
I
I think people would look at you negatively if that was a reaction.
and I said, and I looked him in his eyes, and he was crying. And I was crying. I said, "I'm so sorry."
We hate doing this too, but we have to.
But it broke his heart.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
Nobody's
yes,
sticking up for
like,
me.
lifted up
And
his
we were
shirt,
sticking up for
and I said, "Okay."
We're not
I'm so
playing these
sorry.
stupid parents.
Yeah. But I'm sorry when your child
Yeah.
makes her demise.
And it did not make me feel good either. But I mean, I was just like,
But when people are like, how do you stick up for him blindly? We're not blind.
No.
We have
And we know that
done
kid's
our
heart.
due diligence. We
you know,
have
his
looked this up.
family.
He's been around my babies when my babies were born. He would watch them for me so that I could go to the grocery store by myself.
Right.
Wow, they're really putting on a case for Jack. Holy shit.
Yeah.
'Cause she's like-
Damn.
she knows I'm a fly guy, but
Wow.
dog if you don't pick up. That's how
Oh, so yeah. And then even when they break up, they still
Yes,
communicate. It
every
sounds
day,
like
all the
it's
time.
like
The whole time.
Oh my God, they're still going about Jack. Holy crap.
it was just
they were around him.
Yeah.
They were
Adam. People say this is Chief Fry, right? Jack Showalter, Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack. Just hours before they were unalived.
Over here in the corner. No, she was around her ex, and to me, that's comfort level. That's body language. This is the person that I'm comfortable in.
We talked to him about the conversation that night. We talked to the other guy about the conversation that went on that night, and they both, they were just like, "Hey, what's been up? How you been doing? What's been going on?" And she was trying to talk him into going to another bar down the street or something like that. And he's like,
Okay, let me slow down because I think we got to the part where I wanted to get to. So we're going to put this back in normal speed and back it up a little bit. Let's hear.
we talked to the other guy about the conversation that went on that night, and they both, they were just like, "Hey."
We talked to the other guy, Adam. They're talking about Adam.
The whole time she
In
was
that
not-
bar scene,
It was just a
they were around him.
They
Not
were-
Miss Jackson over here in the corner. No, she was around her ex, and to me, that's comfort level. That's body language. This is the person that I'm comfortable in.
We talked to him about the conversation that night. We talked to the other guy about the conversation that went on that night, and they both, they were just like, "Hey, what's been up? How you been doing? What's been going on?" And she was trying to talk him into going to another bar down the street or something like that.
She was trying to talk to him about going to another bar down the street or something like that.
And he's like, I worked all day. I'm tired. I'm going home. And he left and went home. And
So Jack is stating that Kaylee was trying to get him to go out to the bar. Watch.
This is the person that I'm comfortable in.
we talked to him about the conversation that night. We talked to the other guy about the conversation that went on that night. And they both, they were just like, hey, what's been up? Boy, how you been doing? You know, what's been going on? And she was trying to talk him into going to another bar down the street or something like that. And he's like, I worked all day. I'm tired. I'm going home. And he left and went home. And, you know, we think things could have been different.
We questioned
but, you know,
the time in that video.
Oh, so they're talking about Jack Showalter. That Jack Showalter just went home. That Kaylee was trying to get him to go to another bar, is according to Jack Showalter, is what Christy Goncalves is stating here.
I'm sure it's accurate. So people might look at that and take it to, based off of the records that we have, there could definitely be some questions on the timing of that.
Right.
For sure. But I will just say, I can't verify the timestamp there, but I know for a fact that after they left the corner club, they walked to the grub truck. It's about an 8-minute walk. So we need to factor that in. And then they ordered food. They were at the grub truck for about 10 minutes and they didn't leave the grub truck until the Uber driver had arrived at 1:49.
And those cameras.
Okay, once again, Olivia, let's hear it just once more, okay?
For sure, but I will just say, I can't verify the timestamp there, but I know for a fact that after they left the corner club, they walked to the grub truck. It's about an 8-minute walk, so we need to factor that in. And then they ordered food. They were at the grub truck for about 10 minutes, and they didn't leave the grub truck until the Uber driver had arrived at 1:49.
And those
So
cameras
if you work backwards, that timestamp doesn't match up.
I would suggest.
I don't know. I'm not going to say it's completely false or anything or how false it is. I don't know. But I'm saying from the timeline that I know for a fact, working it backwards doesn't match that.
Well, then something's wrong because math is supposed to make sense. Numbers make sense. So if it's not making sense, you have a problem here. Okay. There's no 1 + 1 = 3. No. There's no 1 + 1 = 3, 1 + 1 = 4. No, math makes sense. And if it's not making sense, something is missing. There's something wrong. So from the very get-go, you already have a problem with your timeline. You have an issue with your timeline.
Gotcha.
and it had just been daylight savings, so maybe they hadn't updated their cameras or something.
We are not going to go to bed and wait for other people to resolve a family problem.
Yeah.
This is a family problem. And
This is
A family problem.
both those girls are our girls, and we are not, I'm not handing.
Okay, this is where, I mean, I'm just going to stop it right here because this is all from Steve. I mean, why? Why are you dividing Maddie and Kaylee with Xana and Ethan? Why the divide? Every freaking interview is the same shit. Same shit. I can't. So let's continue. I'm going to go ahead and play the next video. Amy, my love, thank you. Thank you for joining. What's up? All right, so here we go. On to the next one, right? Let's share this. This is from Inside Edition, all right? We're going to take a look at this video. It just pisses me off. It pisses me off every time if he's in a freaking interview, it's our girls, Kaylee and Maddie. It's like, it only happened. You know what I mean? Like, no, this is, in fact, it's more than the 4. It's more than the 4. If you include Hannah Clear, you include Hudson Lindo, and all of those deaths in Idaho, okay? It's not just Kaylee and Maddie. Let's start there. All right, so let's play this, okay? 1 second.
That's what everyone wants to know today as new video emerged of victim Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogen the night of their murders. The tantalizing snippet was caught on a security camera around 1:30 a.m. just before Kaylee and Madison reached this food truck where they stopped to eat that fateful night.
Hello.
Hi. It was discovered by citizen sleuths Alina Smith and Christine Cameron.
I think this gives us a clearer picture of the evening. The girls went out to have a good time at a bar, and as they left, they were happy, they were comfortable, they were at ease.
It sounds like Kaylee is annoyed at her best friend.
Something very innocent, and that could be something, you know, that you could draw your own conclusions to.
Shannon Gray, attorney for Kaylee Gonzalez's family, watched the video.
It just looks like it's Kaylee and Maddie walking home. And then I think the Adam they're referring to is just the bartender at the corner bar.
This is bartender Adam Lauda at the Corner Club Sports Bar where Kaylee and Madison were drinking the night they were stabbed to death. And this is Adam playing with Kaylee's dog, Murphy. He is not a suspect. And what about the guy in the video walking close to Kaylee and Madison? He is the same guy seen in this video at the food truck. Madison can be heard giving him a brush off. Police say they have also cleared him. And now there's this. New body cam video shows police responding to a noise complaint at the murder house on Labor Day weekend. More than
She called it the murder house. Lord have mercy.
2 months before the slayings. It sure sounds like Party Central. A loud party is going on, but none of the girls are home.
We have his interview. Connor?
2 men answer the door while other partygoers have fled.
Who does live here? What are their names? I am actually not sure. I've been a cop for 22 years here. I'm not stupid. Don't play dumb games with me.
The cops contact Madison Mogan by phone.
You have a house full of random people. You need to let them know that the noise needs to come down, okay?
Sounds good. I'm just frustrated. I'm also so sorry once again.
The video offers further proof that lots of people had easy access to the house where the 4 were brutally murdered.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Corner Club video. All right, so let's take a look at that. And this video, I'm pulling it from Connor's channel. You ready? I'm asking you guys if you're ready. When I go live, like I feel like you guys are here with me. So when I say, you know what I mean? All right, so here we go. You guys, check this shit out, all right? Check this fucking shit out. I'm gonna show you something. Ready? So this is via Connor8 on YouTube. I'm going to link him to the description box. He has the cute little golden retriever on as his avatar. All right, you guys, check this out because oh my God. You ready? Let me play. Let me make sure you guys can see this first. Yeah. All right, here we go. Now, remember, no sound. Unfortunately, no sound. So you're going to have to deal with my voice here. Okay, so we're looking at Kaylee having fun here. We're looking at Maddie here. Real quick, let me go back to that. Hold on one second. I just want to confirm something. So hold on one second. So we know, just a heads up, right? Because this is what we're looking at, right? So what we're looking for in this video, we are going to look for Adam, and I'm going to show you what he's wearing. Let me share my screen so we can take a look at what he's wearing, right? Okay, this guy. All right, check it. So now this is the Corner Club, another direction. This is actually right by the door, right? And this is the bar area, okay? This is camera 3. So, the other footage, the other view, we'll be able to see the door, but it's so difficult to make out. It's so difficult to make out these individuals because there's like a whole like a freaking sea of blurred faces, blurred heads in this footage, which makes it so difficult. So what we're looking for is Adam, and look what he's wearing. It looks like a black jacket here with it looks like a hunter green sweatshirt, right? Dark. Everything's dark, all right? He's got like black you know, disheveled hair. And then this is Jack DeCoe. Sometimes in the corner clip footage, you'll see him with an Idaho sweatshirt. He's not wearing the jacket. Most of the time he's just wearing his sweatshirt. And then if we move on, this is Jack DeCoe. He's got like a cream hat on, or it could be white. Yeah, so this is what we're looking for. Okay, so boom, now that we got that covered, let's head over to the footage. Let's go. Hey Nana, what's up, Nana? Thank you for joining. Okay, now back to the footage. Right, here we go. So right off the start, when I played this, you guys, you can tell Kaylee is bothered. I'm going to be honest with you. You can tell Kaylee is bothered. I'm going to show you. Let me play it. In my opinion, this is all speculation, right? Because in fact, who knows? No one knows actually what happened that night. And whoever tells you that they know what happened, don't believe them. So here we go. We're going to play this, right? Okay. Okay. So now here we got Jackass, we got Maddie, Kaylee over here doing her thing. She's having a good time, right? It's all smiles, right? She's all smiles here. Maddie and Jack here, right? They're very good friends, it seems, right? These guys are talking. Now, over here to the left corner is where we should see Adam, right? Do you see Adam there with the black? So there's Adam. So now we have Jack Showalter walking towards Adam, right? Okay. Wait a second. I went too fast. I want to show you right before Jack leaves the girls. Check this out. Okay. Jack tells Maddie, you stay here. Watch. Let me slow it down. It might help. She says something to him, right? Watch. Okay, now watch what Jack tells Maddie, okay? Right here. He signals to her as if to tell her, you stay here. Watch. You see the finger, right? Now watch. Excuse me. He does it again. You stay here, right? Now watch. Kaylee's like, I don't know, talking or looking at someone with her hair. And then Maddie comes over to Kaylee, like, you know, to check out what's going on, whatever, right? Now watch Kaylee's reaction. She's kind of like brushing Maddie off. Look, ready? They're looking down at something. Oh, is because she fell? But watch. Oh, here we go. Let me go back. She brushes Maddie off. Watch. I mean, obviously this is not important, you guys. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm trying to like gauge at here is what was their state of mind? What were the victims' state of mind prior to the like what was going on around them? You get what I'm saying? Let's watch that again. Ready? Watch Kaylee. Okay, she doesn't brush her off per se. No, I'll take that back. She's just too preoccupied with what's happening here. But look at Maddie's reaction though. Maddie took it a different way. Watch her face go like this. She shrugs. Watch. See? Maddie shrugged. Okay. So let's continue. What did that dude throw over there? What the fuck? He threw something over there? Is that a whole glass or what? The fuck? Okay. So we're looking for Jack. So Adam is up here still. Now he's with Jack, right? Let's back it up. Adam's with Jack now, right? Okay, he goes here. Now eyes on Jack, right? Jack goes back here. I guess the restroom is back here maybe. But you'll see him come right back out. There he is. Right? Now Jack is over here. In this corner with Adam. Or I can't make I don't know who's over here. Unfortunately, we don't know. So he's still there, right? Let me speed this up now. Now that like let's go a little faster now, right? Okay. I'm not playing the whole thing. I'm just playing up until the point where they leave, right? Which is They leave at 1:04. Right now, the time here is 1:17. They leave at 1:30, 1:40 or something like that. We'll see. Everything matters. Amen. Everything matters. It's all important. All right, so let's continue. We're gonna play this up until when they leave the grub truck. I'm sorry, the corner club. So far, Jack has not returned. Jack is still over here somewhere. Adam's still over here. The girls are here. Now they're talking. They're fine, right? So everything is okay here. Girls are chatting. Now, I know that a lot is happening around here. I know this is the blue container guy. Blue container. By the way, I watched this true crime documentary. I think I played a segment on here. It's called The Murder of a Showgirl in Las Vegas. And unfortunately, she was found, I wouldn't say also, sorry. Her body was found in a blue container. And when I saw that blue container, I fucking lost my mind. Oh. Okay. Okay. I think that was Jack. Let's back it up. And this tall dude walks up here. Here. Okay. He does something with Adam. I don't know what that was, but he kind of like did a hand motion with Adam. Some type of motion, right? Let's do it again. Normal speed. Okay. There we go. He handed him something? Okay, we're gonna have to go slower. Yeah, we're gonna have to go slower, baby. Here we go. Let's do that once more. I want to see exactly what happened here. They're happy. Okay, they're fine. They're totally fine. They're happy. They're talking. Cool. Oh, fuck. What was that? Oh, I see. Oh, he's probably checking ID. It's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to make sure. I guess. I guess maybe he might have been checking his ID, whatever, right? Then where are you going, buddy? He goes back here, right? I lost him. You see, it's just this footage is the worst. Like my eyes. All right, I lost the white hoodie guy back here somewhere. Was that Jack Showalter? I don't know. Jack Showalter might still be over here somewhere. Who was that? Oh, Wait, what? That same guy ran out. Okay, let's back this up. That same guy with the white hoodie ran back out. I'm not sure if it's Jack Showalter. I don't know. He goes in here, right? Okay, so he gets lost somewhere up here, and then he comes back out, right? Watch. There he goes again. He runs out of there. Adam checks his phone, or he's doing something. He's doing something over here. Girls are smiling. Girls are okay. Blue container guy. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, my love? Blue container guy. Don't think I don't have my eyes on you. All right, so so this guy runs out. Then blue container guy goes down this way. Is he following the other white hoodie guy? Maybe. Wait, he's back here. There's got to be like a restroom or something over here. All right, he gets lost over here. The girls are here. Okay, container guy is over here, up here still, right? He's still in there. Jack, I don't know. Is this Jack? Jack is lost. I lost Jack. This guy comes around again. Oh, I know that face. Y'all know that face. Girls, I know y'all know that face. I don't know why it's all redacted. You know what I was thinking, Jules? I was thinking that perhaps there's underage students here. And of course, they have to cover that shit up. I bet you there's underage kids in here. Blue, it's crappy and yeah. But what I was going to say, you guys, you know this face. That's a face of, I'm going to tell you something. Like, this is important. I'm going to tell you something. Listen up. Adam's still there. Jack, I don't see Jack. I don't see container guy. I don't see Jack. Oh, here's Jack D. I found Jack DeCoe, you guys. He's over here. Okay, Jack D is over here, my loves. All right. You see the hat? Yep. This is at 119. Jack DeCoe is still at the corner club at 119. That's his hat. Yeah. Wait, is that no, that's not Jack Showalter because his sweatshirt is not that big on him. No, that's not Showalter. No. Nope. All right. So once again, I don't know where Showalter is, and we do not know where Blue Container Guy went. He's not back yet. Um, oh, wait, is this Jack over here? Yeah, that's gotta be him. Okay, here we go. Let me back it up. This is torture. Watching this video is absolute torture. Okay. I should have been muted that. We're over here listening to static. So stupid. Okay. Here we go. Okay, he's back. Container guy is back at 120. He's back from the bathroom with a black fanny pack. Is that the no, that's the girl. Oh, that's the Care Bear. That's the chick that loves hugging Hayden. That's Miss Care Bear over here. Okay. Blue container, that's not Blue Container Guy. Oh, right. So where's everyone else at? Everything's still chill. Everything seems still chill at 120. Kaylee's chilling. Okay. Oh, there he goes. Where was he? Jack, where the fuck were you, Jack? Hang on. We're going back because we need to see where were you? Was he in the bathroom with Container Guy? Was he in the bathroom with Container Guy? So let's watch. This guy comes out. It's so hard to see. I'm telling you, I feel cross-eyed. Here we go. Okay. I see two. One is Jack and the other one's Blue Container Guy. The fact that they're in sync is weird. Let's just start there. The fact that they're in sync is weird. What were they doing together? Kane, what's going on? Kane. Oh, bro, let me tell you something. I have a sneaky suspicion that they were plotting in the bathroom, guys. What the fuck is happening? Watch. Here comes out comes Jack. Right? Oh, what? What is this? Hold on. What is this guy over here with the white and black? Oh. Okay, so Jack is back. But I still don't see blue container, dude. But whatever was going on here is kind of suspicious. I'm going to have to back it up. I have to. I got to see. Right before he comes out, what was happening over there? Hang on. I'll do frame by frame. Frame by frame. There he is. I see Jack right here, right? You see a little bit of his sweatshirt, right? And his pants. Okay. Watch. So he was chilling over here. Jack was here for a minute. He was here for a minute. He didn't just come right out of the bathroom. He was chilling out there for a minute because I'm watching. It's like he came out of nowhere. He straight up like and then this guy over here, I guess that's the dude he was up there talking to, but he's like standing up like he's about to take care of business or something. Okay, so then he's back over here, right? Okay. Oh man, this is torture. All right, so okay, we're gonna watch them to see at what point do we sense that Jack is bothered? Because we clearly see him bothered. If we watched my live yesterday, we see him walk with Kaylee and Maddie towards the grub truck. And in my opinion, Jack looks bothered by something. And let's see if we can catch when his energy shifted or his demeanor shifted, right? Let's see if we can catch that. Thank you, guys. Okay, and you're so funny. Video is so hard to see. Video is hard to see. Is tampered with, I feel like, in my opinion. Yes, for years the judge allows it. It's so awful. I agree. Okay, so I mean they're chilling. Kaylee's laughing with Jack. They're freaking laughing. Everything's fine right now. At this point, what time is it? We have 121. That's right. I have this shit on slow-mo. Oh, fuck. I missed everything. You see, that's another thing. I missed them. Now let's go back because I fucking missed when he walked out. Let's go back. All right. I want to see these guys leave, right? Care Bear. Care Bear with her hugs for Hayden. Like kisses and hugs. All right. So those guys leave. There's Container Guy. They're chilling, having a good time. This is back to normal speed. And she's out and he's gone. That's it. They got the cue at 121. They got the cue to go. Okay, so they're gone, right? Check this out. But it looks like he's watching though. Watch. It's like they're all in sync. They know what's going on. Watch. As soon as they leave, look at Jack. Right? Kaylee starts texting right here. 121 is we have Adam still there and Jack is still there, right? It's 122 now. Kaylee's so cute. So she could be taking a selfie, right? That's funny. But Jack is how weird her ex is right there. Like, how weird is that? Like, just being watched? That must be so fucking weird. Like, yeah, I'm at the bar. My ex is over there in the corner. You know, I'm doing my thing. But I don't know. That's fucking weird. And this fucking guy throwing shit over there. Like, what the fuck, dude? Okay. So, I mean, everything's good so far, right? Everything's fine. I don't see any issues so far. But Kaylee has been on the phone for a minute. She's taking a selfie now with Jack. And meanwhile, Jack says, I don't know that lady. Jack says the lady, referring to Kaylee, calls her the lady, right? Meanwhile. But anyway, she's doing her thing, right? Okay. Okay. Still on the phone. Wow. I mean, I'm just wondering if something was up, if there was perhaps she was like, beefing with someone over the phone, but no, she's taking selfies. Um Everything seems fine here. Okay, let me back it up. What just happened here? Okay, this girl. Oh, watch Kaylee turn her head. Let's see. Okay, whatever. These two have been talking for a while, back and forth. Mm-mm. Does something happen right there? Like, why is Kaylee acting like that all of a sudden? Hmm. I'm seeing Kaylee change. I'm seeing Kaylee's demeanor change a bit compared to how she was. She was all, she was all cheery, laughing, smiling, and I'm sensing a change right here at 125 or so. This was when she was like texting, then taking selfies. She seems a little worried here. I don't know, my opinion. Let's see. Like something is up, right? Like, am I just talking out of my ass or are you guys noticing that change? Chat's like, whatever. Wait. I'm noticing something. What the fuck is happening? All right. So there's a change. Something shifted. I'm telling you, something shifted, my loves. What's going on back here? Because something totally changed over here. It looks like Kaylee maybe wanted to leave for whatever reason. You guys think that's a possibility, perhaps? That she's like, oh, let's just go or something? Maybe? Jack did something like this. He gave Maddie a handshake. I don't know. Then these guys leave. Okay, she's laughing. Maddie's laughing with Jack. I mean, at this point, Maddie's okay, right? She seems okay. She's not, falling on her ass or anything from what I see. Oh, she is a little, yeah, she is a little tipsy. Yeah, you can tell by the way yeah, I can tell. All right, so she's a little messed up at this point. There's like a lot of action going on over here. She's taking more selfies. But this time she took a selfie with this guy behind her. That was kind of smart. Where are all her selfies? Where's all her that? Where is all the data from Kaylee's phone? Because she obviously takes a lot of selfies between here and at the grub truck, right? So, I mean, shouldn't that be evidence, you guys? What do you think? Did this dude just replace the? Did this guy just replace Adam? Or is that Jack? No, that's not Jack. But yeah, Kaylee took a selfie with that dude behind her. That was interesting. No, Jack is still over here somewhere. I haven't seen Jack move. Oh wait, maybe. Wait, what? Okay, so they're leaving now. Good, because my eyes hurt. Honestly, my eyes hurt. I don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong happening here. Like literally. Let's go back. Literally, till the very end, they seem fine. Let me look again. Like they're okay. But I did notice a change in Kaylee. Let's be honest. I noticed her demeanor change. There was a switch. She was smiling, she was giggling, she was having fun. Then all of a sudden, it seems like she didn't want to be there. And it seems like she's the first one to want to leave. Look at, like, clearly she wants out. She wants to leave. Look, let's do that again. So I don't know what Jack keeps pointing at. He keeps, pointing down and shit. Right? I gotta stand up. So he's pointing like, I don't know, down, up, what? Kaylee's texting. Kaylee's like, get me the fuck out of here with these. Kaylee's like, get me the fuck out of Moscow ASAP. Get me the fuck out of Moscow. I wish she would have left, baby girl. So they're out. They're leaving now. Okay, watch. Let's watch this real quick. Oh shit, oh shit. You see this? What? Hang on. Let me slow it down. Slow motion for you. Slow motion for you. What the fuck is going on back here? Kaylee, what happened? Watch. Did someone come up to Kaylee? Yo, look at Kaylee's hands. She goes like this. This is. Yo. Are you guys seeing this shit? Are you guys seeing this shit voted down? Why are you voting down? What the fuck is wrong with you? Voted down? What are you talking about? Dealers, license, ops? Why all the blurred faces? I can't see anything. Voted down. This ain't Reddit, you fucking moron. This ain't fucking Reddit voting shit down. You're in the wrong social media platform. Get the fuck out of here. I have no control over no fucking blurred videos. I have no control over that. Stupid. So stupid. But anyway, Amy, do you see this shit, Amy? It looks like Maddie is fucking telling someone some bullshit like this. She went like this. Let me play it again. You guys, check this out. Ready? Right here. Okay. Let me try and zoom in. Maybe that will help. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Okay. That's the best I can do right here. Okay, let's do it. Let's watch that again. Oh, Maddie is hugging Jack? Maggie, I'm sorry, not Maggie. Maddie is hugging Jack DeCoe over here. Is that what's happening? Okay, this is weird. Again. So they're both telling someone something. It looks like they're speaking to Jack or whoever's sitting over here. They're both going like this or like this. And then Maddie comes and hugs him, hugs Jack. And then Kaylee's taking a photo. She's going like this. Maddie has her hands out like this, like outstretched. Kaylee's laughing. Now, is this Adam or Jack DeCoe? I wonder, because again, Maddie says, I told Adam everything. So I don't see Kaylee. I don't see Maddie speaking to Adam at all, unless I'm missing it. Because Adam's over here. But we're gonna see if Maddie goes and talks to him in a minute. Kaylee's over here with her back turned. Looks like she's the one speaking to Adam. Yeah, it legit looks like Kaylee's the one speaking to Adam here. And some other dude with the black jacket. Kaylee's still back here. She's right here. Maddie's over here still, okay? Now, let's see. The way Kaylee is like standing afar, so far away from Jack and Maddie is strange. It's strange that she's not near him. What's up with that? What's up with that? Right? Like, you see all that space between them. Why? What's the meaning of that? That part I don't understand. So Jules goes, so is it Adam that makes a phone call when they leave? Let's check. Let's check. Hang on. Because Jules, Adam is over here. Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack, right? Apparently. But the space between them is weird. Like, Kaylee wants to stay at least 6 feet away from Jack. Why? Is there a reason for that? That's pretty strange. Look how like far they are. Right? Okay, he puts Jack Showalter grabs his jacket. Okay. Jack, it looks like Jack talks to Jack DeCoe. They're all there. They're all in that group. Kaylee, Jack, Maddie, the other Jack. They're over here. There's that weird one that came in before and ran back out. It's back again. Wait, what was that in her hand? Is she trying to take something from someone? Let's try that again. Okay, something is in Kaylee's hands. Oh, someone tried knocking something from Kaylee's hand. And she went like this. Oh, they're holding hands. They're holding hands. Okay. What? What the fuck are they doing over there? What the fuck just happened? I don't understand. Why is she going like this? Why is she going like that? What is Kaylee doing? What the fuck are you doing, girl? What are you doing? You're acting fucking weird. Like, Kaylee, you're supposed to be the sober, sane one. Get it together. What are you fucking doing here? Jules, wait. Yeah, that's what I've been pointing at. Am I incorrect? Jules, exactly. That's what I've been pointing at. To the left corner. Over here, Jules, right? Adam is over here in a stool in a corner in black. But whatever is, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what is Kaylee doing. Is she celebrating or something? Because like, or what's up with her hair? Like, I'm sorry, excuse me. Right, so let's do this again. All right. Kaylee, what are you doing, girlfriend? Yo, was Kaylee about to fight? Chat. Chat, I need your fucking help, chat. Was Kaylee about to fight? Because she's like this, right? Check it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But she keeps putting her hands up. Ready? She whispers something to Maddie. And then this guy comes in with the same, like the same shit that Kaylee was doing. Is that like a maybe like a sports thing? Like a sports thing they're doing? Maybe? Okay, she's laughing now. All right. All right. So everything's fine. Okay. So they're just fucking around. All right. So whatever. She's fine. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what that was about, but okay, so they're here for a minute talking to Jack. What time is this? 1:34. Adam is still here. I don't see Maddie anywhere near Adam. Unless that's not Adam, Jules. But I was under the impression that was Adam's, Jules, unless Adam is over here somewhere and Maddie's talking to him and we missed it. But again, we're just going off what we hear in the footage. We do hear Maddie say that I told Adam everything, right? So Um, I just don't see any contact between her and Adam. Okay, they're here for a minute. Okay, this is when they leave, right? Watch. Kaylee's dancing. Okay, Maddie's walking out. Maybe. Oh no, she's over there with Adam. Okay. Okay, maybe she does talk to Adam. She was over there with Adam. Okay, she comes back. What is this guy doing? Bunch of weirdos. Bunch of weirdos up in this bar. My God. Okay, there they go. What time is it? 1:37? Okay, so Kaylee comes back for Maddie and she pulls her out. Watch. See? She's like, let's go. That's that. Nothing. I don't see nothing. Nothing. Nothing bad happened. Yeah, I don't see chat. I see nothing bad happening here, so I just don't get it. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. Wow, that shit was fucking torture, right? Here's the next thing I want to share with you guys. Okay. So let's go on to Adam's. Okay. So we're going to move on to Adam's interview. Let's see what he has to say via Connor. Thank you, Connor, for the interview. As always, go check Connor out. I'll link him to the description box. He has everything you need for Idaho 4. He's got it.
Morning. This is Detective Chris Bohanka and Sergeant Dave Cortez. Date is November 18th, about 11:55 in the morning. And we are with, what's your last name? Okay. And we will start the recording as well as the interview.
So basically, your name came up because I guess you're friends with, is that right? You know pretty well.
Yeah, he's my roommate.
He's your roommate? Okay. How well did you know the victims of the homicide?
I've known Kaylee since.
Hi, Stella. Thank you for joining the chat. Who is the guy talking to the girls with the dark jacket? Are you talking about the hoodie guy? The hoodie guy? He has like a white hoodie and the hunter jacket on. That's Jack Showalter, if that's who you're talking about. Jules says, we don't know when Maddie told Adam everything since Kaylee hadn't been around. Maybe Kaylee just found out from Adam that Maddie told him everything. No, Jules, 100%, you're right. It's possible that she just found out. Yeah, it's possible that she just found out, but not necessarily that it happened that night. I agree. Looks like she was throwing a fist. Totally. Like it looks like she was going like that. I don't know, maybe playing around. But as you can see, it was not serious. It was nothing serious because she ends up like laughing it out, you know? So everything was fine. This made me laugh because I've been looking at my analytics or whatever, analyticals, my analytics to all the videos, and I'm noticing people are just like putting a thumbs down to my video. I'm like, seriously, I'll take it. Engagement is engagement. So I mean, you obviously are interested if you're here, right? So Stella, thank you. Welcome to the chat. Stella Wella. I have a grandmother. Her name is my grandmother's name is Stella. That's so funny. All right. So let's play Adam's interview, okay? I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna go grab a drink of water and I'll be right back.
Since freshman year, she's in the same in the same pledge class as me, so just like hanging out with her periodically throughout the last 4 years. Been to her house in Coeur d'Alene one time, and then I knew Xana, not as well as Kaylee, but pretty well over the last 2 years. She was up there over the summer, and I stayed in Moscow over the summer, so we hung out a couple times. But I knew Maddie just because we were in the same pledge class. I didn't like hang out with her a whole lot, but yeah.
Okay. And then from what we understand, Kaylee and were dating before?
Yeah, so they've been dating since high school, and kind of on and off. I think they broke up like twice between that time frame. I'm pretty sure they broke up because she accepted a job in Dallas, so they were just kind of settling things before she left after semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How long ago did they break up?
I think 2 months ago.
A couple months. All right.
Yeah. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of the estimate.
Okay.
What I have, yeah.
All right. And then, so you knew Kaylee pretty well, and Maddie, it sounds like. Do you know if there was anybody that, you know, was angry with Kaylee, or did you ever talk to her about, you know, her having possibly a stalker or anything like that? You know, was there anybody that she had ever mentioned that, you know, kind of gave her bad vibes, or, you know, that might want to hurt her?
Nothing that I've heard at all from her. I know some girls said that there might. Have you guys heard of some walking out of Winco, someone following her a couple months ago?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know anything about this. I just heard this from some of her friends that she might have had someone following her out of Winco, like directly behind her into her car. And then I don't know if they heard anything else about that, but I could give you a number of someone who knows more about that.
What friends?
Yeah. Her sorority sisters.
Oh, the sisters?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone in specific?
I heard that from, I think she gave some statements the day of.
Do you have her phone number?
I think I do.
All right.
She's down in California now.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
So did this person that followed her out of Winco, was he a student up there, or?
I honestly don't know really any details about it. They just kind of told me that story. If you want to write that down, that's your phone number. Yeah, but that seems to be something kind of serious. I don't know, something you need to know about at least.
Definitely deserves looking into. We'll talk about that and get the story from her. Maybe she's got some more details, about it. When was the last time that you saw Kaylee?
So I work at the, so it was that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I saw her and Maddie leave and was leaving with them. And then that was the last time I saw him.
Okay. So you
leaving with them. I work at the, so it was that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I saw her and Maddie leave and was leaving with them. And then that was the last time I saw him.
Okay, so he said, and Jack leaving with them. That's the last time I saw them.
Okay. So you saw them all night, basically. They were hanging out and having a little good time, and then they took off, and that's the last time you saw them?
Yeah, they said they were going to John's Alley. They're trying to get some of my friends to go over there with them, but they didn't end up going, and then they just went over there.
All right. Had they been anywhere before they showed up to the corner club, partying, or because I know there was a football game going on that weekend, and there was like Wazoo had a football game too. So it sounds like the town was, hopping. Yeah. So do you know if they were partying somewhere beforehand or?
I didn't hear of anything specifically about them. I was working over it, and then I came to work after that, so I wasn't really talking to any friends or anything.
Okay, gotcha.
What do you do?
I work for the.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work for the.
What do you do?
I work for the.
Okay.
To work after that, so I wasn't really talking to any friends or anything.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I came to work after that, so I wasn't really talking to any friends or anything.
Okay, gotcha.
What do you do?
I work for the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. And then did you know, what was it, Xana? Is that how you say her name? Or Xana? Did you know?
Oh my God, not another fucking cop not knowing how to pronounce her name. Let me put this up a little bit.
Xana and Ethan very well at all?
I knew Xana just from like going to parties and stuff and just talking to her there, but I didn't really know her like on a personal basis really. We hung out a couple times over the summer. I went over there and barbecued and stuff because we stayed up over the summer, but other than that, nothing. I didn't really know her that personally. And I knew Ethan just based off of like fraternity stuff. Like I tried to recruit him.
Oh, okay.
When that'd be my junior year, his freshman year.
All right. Which frat was he in?
Sigma Chi.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know, had you heard anything? I'm sure you would have mentioned it, but I got to ask, have you heard anything of anybody wanting to target them or would have been mad at them or like a jealous person that might have wanted to harm?
Any one of them.
Yeah. Anything helps at this point.
We've been trying to like figure that out since we heard the news. Like we really have no idea. They're all really nice people. So just nothing comes to mind.
Okay. And you never heard them mention like somebody, poking around their place or, somebody watching their house or anything suspicious like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that. Okay. What's his personality like? I mean, where I'm going is, do you think that he could have, gotten jealous because he was at the corner club that night and maybe saw her and,
Yeah.
I mean, does he strike you as somebody that might, want to harm her?
He loved her. He thought he was going to marry her. Like they had a great relationship, even when they were not together. Like he's one of like the calmest, like kindest people.
Okay.
That's just what I know of him. I mean, I've known him for the last 4 years. I've lived with him this last semester. So
does he have, is he like an outdoorsy guy at all or?
He's in sports. He's a sports guy, not super outdoorsy, but.
Does he have any hunting equipment or camping gear up there?
I don't think so.
A knife? You ever seen him with a knife?
No.
Big knife? No, nothing like that. Okay.
Nothing like that.
Is there anybody else that you think that we should talk to besides
the source?
Yeah. I don't know. I gave the names and numbers of all my roommates to Agent Riggs.
Okay.
I don't think I've talked to everyone. No one really has any other information than kind of what I've said. So no name comes to mind right now.
Okay.
Well, is it okay if we have any other follow-up? Call you?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know if from this point on, if there's a need for us to come back. So, I mean, anything else could be over the phone.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Should I just save that number? That was.
That's going to be for the sergeant.
Yeah. Yeah,
That'll
you can hold
be
on
his,
to
so
it.
you can
Yeah.
hold on to that.
Anything that you hear or whatever, feel free to call me and pass that along.
Thanksgiving break, but I'll be here until then.
Or anything like that.
No, I I can never see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. About the girls, like, especially somebody that might have been. I mean, that's kind of the direction that we're looking at. It could be helpful. Just feel free to shoot somebody targeted them. So
yeah,
anything at all that you think, even if you don't think it could be helpful, just feel free to shoot me a text or call me. Like, hey, I heard this, or you might want to talk to this person or whatever.
Any sort of little detail that just pops in all of a sudden, just don't hesitate.
Yeah, since you kind of, we're running in the same circle, it sounds like with them and some of the friends, so.
Yeah, we'll do it for sure.
All right.
Let you guys know.
Okay, good deal.
All right. Well, it is 12:05.
Okay. Well, there you have it. That's Adam. Next. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to pull the other video. 1 second. Here we go. It's this one. It's old. Here we go. My bad. Okay. So let me share my screen. Thank you. Thanks for joining, you guys. Here we go. Let's play this.
In the hours before they were murdered comes to light. What could it mean for the case? Newly released surveillance video shows Kaylee Gonsalves and Maddie Mogan in the hours before they were murdered, and they're with a man who's been heavily scrutinized online. I'm Anjanette Levy, and welcome to Law and Crime's Sidebar podcast. This piece of surveillance video is from the early morning hours of November 13th, and it shows Kaylee and Maddie walking down the street.
Now look at Kaylee's legs. Like, what the fuck just happened here? Watch.
November 13th, and it shows Kaylee and Maddie walking down the street.
Why is Kaylee walking like that? What the fuck is actually happening here?
Morning hours of November 13th.
Look at how Kaylee's walking, you guys.
And it shows Kaylee and Maddie.
She's walking with her freaking legs open like that?
Maddie walking down the street with a man who's come to be known.
This video's tampered with. I can't like, this shit is pissing me off because everything we fucking watch is tampered with. Everything. No, there's no way.
Hoodie Guy, Levy, and welcome to Law and Crime.
I'm sorry,
of November 13th, and it shows
how is Kaylee walking with her legs like that? How is that happening? No. God damn it, something happened. Something happened to them. Look.
Kaylee and Matt.
For real? Kaylee's walking with her legs open like that? For real?
Maddie walking down the street with a man who's come to be known as...
That's fucking bullshit, bro.
Hoodie Guy, and he has been heavily scrutinized online despite the police known as Hoodie.
Right here, whatever happened here is this footage was fucked with. It was fucked with.
And Maddie.
Who knows? There's probably like 5 people here and it was just fucked with. We don't know who she was with. They probably left in our group together. They were probably with other people here and we don't know. We don't know.
Walking down the street.
Because you're going to fucking tell me
it shows Kaylee.
You're going to tell me that she's walking with her legs opened.
And it shows Kaylee and Maddie
Look at her.
walking down
Look at that.
the street
No,
with a man
no.
who's come to be known as Hoodie Guy. And
I believe this was tampered with.
he has been heavily scrutinized online, despite the police saying that this guy is not part of the murder investigation. They don't believe he is involved. This piece of video was released by a Facebook group, first to Fox News Digital and later to News Nation. We have requested the video from the Facebook group, and so far they have not released it to us. So let's take a look at this video clip that also has audio of Kaylee and Maddie talking.
If your jeans are getting tight, don't buy a big.
What did you say? Get out of. Like, I told everything.
His father, Steve, had to say to Fox News about the audio and the video clip.
That film, to the family, we've had that film for a while. I believe the business reached out to us directly, and after they had given it to the police. So it was kind of comforting to us because it's just two girls having a good time talking about, asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the.
What did you say to Adam? Like, I told everything.
Okay, so Jennifer, we hear Kaylee and Maddie talking about Adam. Kaylee asks Maddie, what did you tell Adam? And Maddie says something to the effect of, I told him everything. And then the video moves on. So Steve Gonsalves said this Adam is their bartender. They've known about this video. He's not related to the investigation. So what are your thoughts on this clip? It's so brief.
Well, first of all, I think it answers a lot of questions that some people might have about Hoodie Guy. You know, from the onset, very early on, law enforcement has said they don't expect that he is involved in this murder and in this crime. Yet he's been indicted on social media with little more than the way he looked or his positioning at the food truck. Really, was not clear to me why social media sleuths jumped on him with actually no factual information connecting him. In fact, for those sleuths that really watched all of that video, you could see him actually leave in the opposite direction of Maddie and Kaylee. So it really made no sense, this belief that he was involved, combined with the fact that law enforcement said he wasn't. So in a way, the fact that this was released, I think adds to the picture that Hoodie Guy is not involved.
I would agree wholeheartedly. And I think it's really unfortunate. We've seen this in other cases too, but just to, heap so much suspicion on one person just because they were standing nearby. This shows that he was with them prior to arriving at the food truck, and he was standing around them at the food truck. He was with them. It appears they left the bar together. So for him to receive so much scrutiny online, I think is wrong as this investigation proceeds. And, other people have suffered from this as well, this type of scrutiny. We have this bartender, I guess. The father says Adam is the bartender. I know when this first came out on Saturday, I was on one of the Facebook groups and I saw people then scurrying to look at Adam. Who's Adam on their social media accounts? Who are, Maddie and Kaylee following with the name Adam. And so then this guy gets put through the ringer. I mean, I find it to be really unsettling because this is like just a few seconds in time of their last night alive. And it could mean very little, if anything.
Exactly. It's very interesting how when we get a new name that's made public, then the sleuths just can go wild with that name. They look up all their media platforms. They look up what they've said, what they've done. Any small detail that they find out of sorts, they will take out of context and then blow that up to mean something much more conniving than it actually is. Even these words that are said, when you listen to some of the YouTubers that I've already heard take these few words and blow it completely out of proportion, saying that it's very significant. And did you see the looks on their faces and the tone of their voices? And it's really terrible that this is happening to what I believe are innocent people, certainly innocent at this point. And what that means, this kind of indictment to them in the future. You know, sometimes people will never be forgiven or seen as innocent when they're indicted in social media with this veracity.
I want to turn now to the search for the white Hyundai Elantra. So let's look at a little bit of Moscow police discussing the search for the white Hyundai Elantra.
Okay.
We have
Thank you, Angela, leaving.
looked at massive amounts of
So
video
I'm
footage,
going
especially
to
in
move
the
on to, all right, so let's move on to this right here. Hold on. Maddie kept sitting on Jack D's lap. I noticed that, Stella. At first, I'm like, are we sure that's Jack DeCoe? And it kind of looks like in the corner club footage, it kind of looks like Kaylee is taking a picture of them, even. It looks like she's just like, and the whole time, which I thought was interesting, also is that the entire time, Kaylee stays back. Kaylee doesn't get close to Jack DeCoe, at least from what I saw. Yeah, so let's move on to, I wanted to share this with you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up the video. We talked about this in one of my lives, the Maybutt video. Let me pull it up. Hang on. Here we go. All right, so this is the video interview of the medical examiner for the Idaho 4. Let's take a look at this and see what she says. I want to mainly play it because I keep thinking about how I feel that the crime scene was staged. And so I want to go back to her words and see what she says, how she saw the victims when she arrived is what I'm trying to play. So let's listen to Maybutt, medical examiner.
UTT.
And I'm going to ask you, how long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing it for with Kathy, with a C, Mabbutt. Mabbutt.
Remember, you guys, she's the same medical examiner that performed the autopsy on Hudson Lindo as well, okay? Which I discovered this weekend. So obviously she's been part of Moscow for years. Who knows? She probably, you know.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you, how long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing it for 16 years, and I just got reelected for another 4.
So,
all right, so about 20 years as a medical examiner. And yeah, as I said, she performed Hudson Lindo's medical exam report. So I just want to hear something she says.
What is it that, or I guess, when did you get the call on Sunday?
I got the call just a few minutes after noon that there were 4 homicides, but I didn't go to the scene because of law enforcement doing their investigation first. So I didn't actually go to the scene until about 5 or 5:30.
Can you walk us through, like, for our viewers, kind of the process between when police show up and then you guys getting the bodies and doing your examinations?
So I know she says she didn't get to the scene until 5:30. When I watched the video of her leaving the scene. It was pretty late. I forget the timestamp on it. Fuck. So that'll be interesting to know how long she was in that house for. Okay, so here she's saying that she arrived around 5 in the afternoon, right?
Sure. Well, law enforcement goes through and looks for any evidence, takes videos and pictures of everything in there, and they'll start talking with people. So I don't really need to be there for that. They can't move the bodies. I mean, the bodies have to stay as they were until the coroner gets there. So those are really that's what my job is, to
And
look at
then
the bodies.
As a coroner, do you guys do the autopsies and all that?
No, we some do if they're an actual medical examiner, but we have forensic pathologists and we contract with Spokane to do that.
So, in your experience, what is it that you saw when you showed up?
Well, there was a lot of blood. It was it's a very sad scene with 4 murdered college students.
You're ruling all 4 deaths homicides?
Yes.
And can you give us a manner of death? Yeah.
I believe that the press release was that they were from a sharp object. So
stabbings.
Yeah, we'll know more after the autopsies tomorrow.
And do you believe this could be and do you believe?
Yeah, we'll know more after the autopsies tomorrow.
Can you give us a manner of death? Yeah.
I believe that the press release was that they were from a sharp object. So
stabbings.
Yeah, we'll know more after the.
So, okay, so it's like when they asked her a question and she gave a half answer. So she said, well, they said sharp objects, right? But then when the follow-up question was given, so stabbing, she doesn't confirm that. And that's weird. That's weird because it's almost like it could be something else, right?
Autopsies tomorrow.
It could be something else.
Yeah.
It's not. Why would you even say let's wait for the autopsy if it's 100% a stabbing wounds? If it's stabbing 100%, they were stabbed. We know the cause and manner of death. Homicide by stabbing. Boom. That's clear cut, right? There's no gray areas that's black and white. However, she didn't respond to the follow-up when they asked, so stabbing? She didn't want to respond to that, which it's strange. I'm just going to say it's strange. It's leaving room for gray areas, leaving room for a possibility that it's not stabbing.
We'll know more after the autopsies tomorrow.
And do you believe this could be like a murder-suicide or?
No, there are 4 homicides.
And when it comes to doing the investigation post-autopsy, that falls on you, correct?
Yes. It's my job to determine the manner and mechanism of death.
And then I know with toxicology results, there can often be, at least in Washington, a delay. So do you have any idea how long it could take if those were relevant to get any type of results back on that?
Well, the toxicology reports, right, they usually take 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes.
Yes, Amy. And not only on top of that, like you add on the 8 hours, the 8 or 9 hours that cops were not called. Plus, she didn't get there until the afternoon. So that's another what? Another 8, so 18 hours? It's like another 8 hours. um basically what they did, they prolonged the time of death. um if you're not able to get to the body right away, the body quickly, it's going to decompose. So the manner it's, it'll be more difficult for a medical examiner to determine the cause of death, right?
Longer, but they might. I don't think they're going to be relevant in the actual manner or cause of death.
And do we know how long between the time of death and when police found them, approximately?
No, I don't know for sure.
Do we have like any, like, could it have been hours? Could it have been a day? Was it maybe close? Like, is there any
Oh, stop
sort of
lying.
time frame there?
Not that I'm aware of.
And you said the scene was really difficult. I mean, is this something you?
If she was called at noon, dude, how do you not know? You literally just said you were called at noon and you didn't arrive until 5.
To deal with before in Moscow?
Since I've been coroner, there have been at least 2 other multiple homicide scenes that I've been involved in. So,
Would you say this is probably the most gruesome?
oh, it's hard to just single it out. It's the only one I've been to where there have been 4 people at one scene.
That part where she said 4 people at one scene. I don't know.
There have been the other ones have had multiple scenes.
Right? Like, doesn't it seem like I think this is the part I was looking for. She said 4 people at one scene. I got the impression she meant they were together. Like, that's the impression I got when she said that they were 4 on scene, like they were together, essentially, is how I interpret that. But let's go back. Let's play it again. It's possible she's just seeing, like, as a whole, she's seeing it as a whole. Like, you know what I mean?
And was anybody else injured, like any non-deceased people?
Not that I'm aware of, but I wouldn't necessarily be notified either.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like because the injuries could be similar that matter to you.
Oh, right.
Were the deceased all in close proximity to each other, or were they in different rooms?
I don't know that I can discuss that.
That was going to be my next question too. So.
Or were they in different rooms?
I didn't know if that was like because the injuries could be similar.
Multiple scenes. Oh, it's hard to just single it out. It's the only one I've been to where there have been 4 people at one scene.
See, she says 4 people at one scene. So am I misunderstanding it that am I misunderstanding this? Because she says 4 people at one scene. So I'm thinking like they were there in one murder scene, 4 people in one murder scene. But am I misinterpreting her? Then there was a follow-up question asked. This was interesting. Watch.
There have been the other ones have had multiple scenes.
She says the other ones have had multiple scenes. Right? Because if you look at it, if you look at their deaths, you have Xana and Ethan in one scene, right? And you have Maddie and Kaylee on another scene, right? Because they're upstairs. It's 2 separate murder scenes. Or am I not looking at this correctly? Chat, let me know.
And was anybody else injured, like any non-deceased people?
Not that I'm aware of, but I wouldn't necessarily be notified either.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like because the injuries could be similar and it mattered to you.
Oh, right.
Were the deceased all in close proximity to each other, or were they in different rooms?
I don't.
See, he asked if they're in separate rooms. Again, this is the same as the stupid question prior to this, where it's either black or white. There's no gray areas. So not why are you holding out is my question. She's holding out. Why not just say clearly it is what it is? If you go to the murder scene and you find someone in the first floor and another another person on the second floor, that's what it is. These are facts. That's the truth. This is how they're found. Why holding out? Why are you holding out is my question. Why are you holding out? Why not just say what it is? Because you're just opening the door to speculation. You're opening the door to other possibilities. You're opening the door for the public to make their speculations about what actually happened.
Know that I can discuss that.
That was gonna be my next question too. So I think
Will we be able to get a copy of your report once it's concluded? I'm sure it'll be.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just call.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you know what the time frame for that would be?
It just depends on how relevant the toxicology report is, but
Okay.
So-
Okay. So it like the 4 to 6 weeks.
it could be. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Oh my God, what? Those were some stupid, dumb questions. That's it? That's it. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? That was, I don't, because like, I'm thinking that Maba walked into the scene and they were all there. All four of them in one scene. Same house. I'm guessing. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Maybe she means like multiple scenes, like 3 victims, 1 inside, 1 in the pool, and 1 in the woods. Sorry, woods behind the house. Maybe one scene means all inside the house. I guess, but do you get what I'm trying to say? Do you get where I'm coming from? Because it's not one scene. For example, your example here, it says like, for example, 1 in the pool, 1 in the woods, 1 inside. That's multiple scenes. Your example is multiple scenes. That's not one scene. You get what I mean? Yeah, I can't stand her. I can't stand her. One house, but she does not say 2 rooms. She's nervous, in my opinion, because she was told what to say, in my opinion, is not the truth. Yeah, I agree. She was told what to say. But she's looking at it as one crime scene because it's one house. But that's not the case, right? It's not. We have a whole crime scene in Ethan's room, Xana's room. Then we have another crime scene upstairs. So I don't know, you guys, but damn, 2 hours. All right, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna end the stream and stop downvoting me, bitches. Give me that like. Give me the thumbs up. Yeah, Jules, I gotcha. I know. I just wanted to put it out there, you guys. I like talking this out with you. That's what it is. I like, talking it out and shit. Anyways, I'm out of here. Have a good night and be safe.